Oh, good morning. Oh, bit of my head's cut off. Good morning. It is. Oh, where's me? It is 7 minutes past 6 in the morning. Oh, just try and untangle my phone a bit. It's plugged in. I have this little nice little power bank thingy, which I always have at the back of the car, back of Lee, to charge up my phone overnight. Keep it going. I don't plug it into the Bluetti. Anyway, it's early in the morning. Good morning, Steve here, Cornish van dweller. Where are we this morning? Oh God, no! We're at Black Gang. I know where we are. We're at Black Gang. I'm gonna get up now, make a cup of coffee, and go for a nice walk. So join on with me. I'm just gonna use the wet wipes to freshen up a bit, and then you can come back and watch me make coffee. Now, because I'm at Black Gang, I never bother putting the old screen up. I normally have string going from there over there between the back of the two side windows, basically, and that string, upon that string is strung a curtain type thing. Because I'm at Black Gang though, there's really nobody here this time of day, apart from a couple of van dwellers over there. I just don't bother. I don't care about stealth or privacy, that kind of stuff. Anyway, wet wipes, then you can come back and watch me make a cup of coffee. Okay, we are dressed and ready to rock. Well, ready to make coffee anyway. Don't think I'm going to be doing much rocking. Although I do wonder if I'm going slightly insane. Sometimes. Where is everything? It's typical, isn't it? I've got all my coffee making gear here, other than my coffee, which is right over there. So I've now got to crawl over there to get my coffee. Where am I going to put the camera? Would that work better? Hold on. Sorry about this. Probably not, but anyway, let's go and get my coffee. Oh, my cup's right down there. Oh, this is silly. How did my cup get right down there? There's my cup. I don't know if you can see that. My coffee and that is in here. Annoyingly, I don't have any ginger nuts. In fact, I don't have anything sweet I can nibble on this morning with my coffee. Don't like waking up without ginger nuts. So, manoeuvre the old sleeping bag so it's my backrest. That's better. Whew. Coffee. Right, where can I put the camera? Let's put you back up there. Actually, shall I put you over? I need a mount. Just, I can see exactly where I need it. Let me turn you off for a second. So I've stuck on the old Osmo Pocket 3 camera, which I'm going to video this next section on. Let me just show you my shelf. Isn't that cool? Look at that. What a great unit. Thanks Matt for building that for me. Superstar. Right, I'm going to put you back on the mount at the front. I'm not using a microphone, as you can probably tell. There we go. Right, let's align you. That should work. Right, there we go. So I'm having to speak up a little bit because there's no microphone connected to the camera. That's the moment. The microphone's over there and I can't be bothered to grab it. Right, coffee people, coffee. Don't know why my glasses are over here at the moment, but they are. They're normally over there on the dashboard shelf, so I can't normally reach them until I get into the driver's seat. Here's my curtains, by the way. So these are the curtains that are magnetised. Oh, it's 10p attached to them. They're kind of magnetised, and you just, another advantage of taking the stuff off, the old lining off the ceiling thingy, is that you can stick the curtains up on the metal bodywork. There we go, one curtain. Dead easy to put up and take down again. What I might do is just stick it, magnetise it up there. The magnets aren't that strong in it, but they work. Stay there. Right, coffee. Without too much further ado, I'm going to be using gas again. The excuse this time is that there's not that much charge in the Bluetti, and it's, I know it is clear skies by the looks of it. I thought it was overcast, but I don't think it is. I was going to say, and I'm not going to be able to charge it very well today if it's overcast, but it doesn't look like it is looking out there. Right, kettle, oat milk. Let's get the water first. Let's put the old air fryer at the back. Out of the way, you just sit there. The water's on the driver's seat. I keep jarring me back doing this. It's not very comfortable. Where'd I put my cup? I swear I pulled it out. There it is. Right, cup, oat milk. A little bit left in there. I've got a second carton of oat milk, a new one. That should be enough. Got a lot here. Water. Got the engine running to warm up a little bit, as you probably noticed. It's a little bit of a breeze. I don't think I'm gonna, oh, it's misty. I don't think I'm gonna be putting the drone up. Never say never, but I think I'm gonna say never. Kettle on there. Yeah, I'd much rather be using the electricity, but there just isn't enough. One of the realities of car life for the limited, what was that calling? Limited period during which I carry on doing car life, is that the whole solar thing is a bit awkward. Just opened the window because I wasn't sure what that was calling. Let's pour the kettle, shall we? Oh, the water's already in there. It's really good because the gas, the jet boil just sits on the unit nicely there, without causing any burn marks on the unit, which is always a good thing. Where have I put the spoon? There's a spoon over there as well. I need more than one spoon in this car. One at the back, one at the front. Because this kind of manoeuvre is not ideal when I've got gas going. Terrifying, isn't it, how I conduct myself in this tiny little car. Sugar, sorry, coffee. camera out because I might well use you today. I'll take it with me on my walk. Sugar in a minute. Let's remember to put the memory card back in the camera. No, it's not in there. It's obviously in the card reader still. Should be in my bag somewhere. There it is. Keep an eye on the boiling. Definitely don't want you boiling over. Not today. I'm sure it'll boil in a second. Patience is a virtue. What's that? So we now have, what is the date today? Did I leave my phone at the back? Yeah, there she is. Date today is 23rd of March. So we basically have a week left in the house. Obviously I didn't sleep in the house last night. I've got to go through all my gear that's in there, that was in the car, and dramatically reduce it, because now I've got the Bluetti and I've got the air fryer in it, and I've got this new shelving unit, so the whole configuration and the space available is different. I think the storage space is more. It's increased because of the shelf, because it basically creates vertical storage space. But I've also got more stuff, because I've got the Bluetti now. I've got the solar panel. I've got the solar panels. I've got, believe it or not, 360, 412. No, 420 watts of solar. So I've now got two 130 watt panels, a 100 watt panel and a 60 watt panel. Do the sums. 230 watt panels, 100 watt panels, so that's 260 watts so far. No, that's 360 watts plus a 60 watt panel, which makes 420 watts, I think. Do some maths for me. That's how much solar I actually have in terms of panels, which will be great when I get a van. But it's a bit awkward to deploy them all on a Citroen C1. So the plan is keep the Bluetti AC100 at the front. No, sorry, AC180 at the front. I'm going to get an Elite 100 Bluetti for the back, and then I can charge the 100 primarily via the, well, basically a Charger 1 I'm going to get. People have recommended me getting a Charger 1. Can't afford it at the moment. When I can, I'll get it. And that will connect up to the engine somehow. I don't know how that works. Might get the garage to do that, or try and work it out myself. That will charge probably the 180, to be honest. And then I'll use the solar panels to charge the 100. Now the 100 has about as much power as the 180. You can basically do much the same as the 180, but it's slightly smaller. And that'll go at the back, one will go at the front, and then hopefully I'll have more than enough electricity to last me 2 days of dull weather in the car. Obviously I'll be able to charge up via the Charger 1 from the car engine as well, so I won't be as reliant on solar as I currently am. Then when I move into the van, when I do finally get a van, I'll have more than enough battery storage capacity to run everything I need to run in the van, including the fridge and a heater, Chinese diesel heater probably. But the van is not going to arrive in my possession until probably this time next year, if truth be known, because I want to be going overseas in the autumn, for the winter. So I want to keep money in my bank account. Don't want to spend it yet. I did have the incredibly kind offer of a free van from a viewer, but I made the fairly I was quite strict on myself, to be honest, saying I just cannot get a low roof van. If I'm going to get a van, it has to be a high roof. And I kind of laid down the law to myself and said, no, you've got to be strict on this. One of the reasons I don't like being in the car is because I can't stand up in it. So there's no point in just having more storage space, which you still can't stand up in, because that is the only benefit of getting a van, really, from my perspective, is slightly more storage, but also you can stand up in it. So, where did I put the spoon? Over there. So I've got the power system all sorted out in my head for when I get the van. The only thing I will need to do when I get the van is I've got the two flexible solar panels which I can glue onto the roof of a van. They add up to 260 watts. What I might look into is a 200 watt panel, so that would give me 460 watts. So if I can have 460 watts glued to the roof of the van, and then also have the demountable 100 watts and 60 watt panel. The 60 watt panel yesterday was up, and it charged up this little power bank, which is what I then have at the back to charge up my phone and sometimes my iPad at the back. I do like the little 60 watt one because it's very compact. Again, a subscriber purchased that for me from my Amazon wish list, incredibly kind, but it's a really good panel because it's basically small and compact, and I can mount it anywhere. If I just mount it all day, I can charge this up, and then I have free electricity overnight to keep my phone charged, which is really cool. What's there not to like, eh? Free electricity, no standing charges. The price goes down, if anything, because the cost of solar panels goes down every year. So if I was to, when I purchase an additional solar panel, when I get the van, when I purchase additional solar, it'll be cheaper than it is now for the equivalent thingy. Is it actually cloudy or not? I don't think it is. I think it's just hazy. I can hear a Dunnock out there. Coffee made. Gonna scramble into the front now and we'll go for a walk in a second. So my bed frame that I built underneath where I'm currently putting on my weight has come loose. So it's now sagging again. So my bodge build wasn't very successful. I need a firmer plank rather than a flexible piece of timber. I need a nice firm plank, I think, for the bed. Maybe that'll be a job for today, because I know a source of timber which is free of cuts and that, and there may well be a big enough plank in that source of timber. We shall see later. People often wonder if it's really possible to live in a little tiny car like this, which I've been now doing for, I'm going to say 2 years, because this year, January, February and now March, I've had the room available. So I've lived in it for 2 years. What's that over there? People often ask, is it feasible to live in such a confined space? To which I will reply, if you've ever gone camping and have stayed in a tent, this is a much nicer, more luxurious, blinged up version of your one-person tent. It's actually a two-person tent, but rather than having 2 people, I've got a single bed over there and a living room over here, slightly tongue-in-cheek. I've got the driver's seat. I've got a whole kitchen cabinet at the back. Name me a tent where you can do that, or a small tent. Obviously you can go glamping, and then you have what are those things called? Teepees? Igloos? Watched a movie last night, sorry, a video, can't remember the guy's name, I think he's German, going down into the catacombs below, is it below Paris? Absolutely incredible. He went right deep into the catacombs, which is a series of underground tunnels, and he came across the kind of was it the plague kind of burial areas within the catacombs. So go down through networks of tunnels, and eventually you come across just several millions of people's worth of skeletons. And he was saying it's not really been mapped properly. He did have a map, so the network has been partially mapped, but it's very easy to get lost. It's pitch black down there, and you have head torches. If you lose your battery power, you're not coming out of there alive. Well, you'd be very lucky to. And people do actually live down there. Apparently they take a lot of drugs though, so it's dangerous down there. Some of the tunnels flood when it rains, so you can get trapped. One explorer, the female, did actually get lost and died down there, couldn't get out, and was found years later. Terrifying. I couldn't think of anything I'd less want to do in the rest of my years than go down somewhere like that. Absolutely hellish. I've been to the killing fields in Cambodia, so I've seen human bones on footpaths and, you know, bits of jawbone and that just lying on the ground, partially obscured, and it's just grim. So I don't think I'm going to go down to the catacombs, although it was plague related rather than genocide or killing related, you know. The killing fields is obviously Pol Pot and the Khmer Rouge, basically extermination camp, or whatever you best call it. How did I get onto this? Oh yeah, thinking of living in a confined space got me onto the catacombs. Anyway, so yeah, you can. I see this as a step up from living in a tent. And bearing in mind, when I was at university for 6 months, I was in the MSc room. So that was actually indoors in a room on a roll mat in a university office type space that the MSc group were using. I slept in there overnight for a few months and then moved into my tent on campus, hidden. It's quite funny because it was hidden on a bed of wild garlic, my tent. So I'm pretty sure I smelt very strongly of wild garlic. Which tells you what time of year I was doing it. It must have been February, March, April time, when the wild garlic appears, and you only realise it appears once it, you know. I basically pitched up and created a camp before I knew there was wild garlic, and it was all underground when I started, and I didn't want to move. So I think it's by April, May time, the garlic was way up, and I was basically sleeping on a bed of wild garlic. Don't try that at home. We are going to go on a walk in a minute, I promise. It's just not in any way appetising. The weather's just a bit murky and gloomy, and I'm wondering if I should just drive straight into the undercliff. What do we reckon, folks? No, I think I'll have a very quick walk to the end, then we'll drive to the undercliff. I don't know what people think of my totally unscripted, basically totally real world video approach. I don't really do proper editing, or I certainly don't do any scripting. It's just kind of, it is what it is. I'm not trying to make this into a kind of an Instagram ready sanitized channel. I just want it to be real. I just go with the flow and hope people stay with me in terms of watching videos. I'm going to put 2 layers on. I'm not sure I need to. It certainly feels cooler today, owing to the lack of sun and very slight breeze. Shoes on. Almost there. You'll be very pleased to hear we are almost there. The old microphone connected up. Are you going to connect instantly, or do I need to? That looks connected instantly. It is. I do love this DJI camera system, because it does all connect pretty seamlessly. What I wish it did was remember multiple microphones, because I've got the DJI Mic Mini. I've also got, oh, it's up there, a DJI Mic 2, and I've got a Mic 3 as well back there somewhere. It's falling into a space that I can't find it at the moment. But I've got this one connected to the Osmo Nano. If I wanted to connect that one, I'd have to redo the connecting process, the tethering process. What I wish is that DJI recognised multiple microphones, so I could tether them all once, and then that would be it. It would recognise whenever I turned on whichever microphone I wanted to use. It would just recognise that it's already connected. Now, it may well be that it does do that, and I just don't know it. There must be a setting or something, or I'm just doing something incorrect. Right, there we go. There's that. Let's turn this unit off and put it on my head. We are now set up for videoing. I'm not going to bother taking the camera, the big camera, because I'm literally only going to walk up to the end. Famous last words. It's another thing that irritates me. It's amazing what tiny little things in life you get irritated by, and that's having to put my hood up so I can put my binoculars on. Needs to be a clip system for binoculars. So you just clip the strap. Really good thing would be to have the strap bit actually built into the jacket, so they're just hanging down carabiners or something, whatever you call them, and you could literally just mount the binoculars without a strap onto that, so it'd just be hanging there. Then you could use them as if there's a neck strap on the binoculars. Maybe I should create one of those and market it. How long before a pair of glasses can act the same as a pair of binoculars? Before they have a zoom, or their 10 times magnification capability, so you just switch a switch and it magnifies by 10 times or 20 times, as a zoom lens built into your glasses. It won't be long before that kind of technology arrives. No doubt the military would invent it before anyone else. I did switch there, by the way, so hopefully the sound quality is marginally better. Now I'm using a little microphone rather than just using the microphone built into the camera. Right, 6:58 AM. We're going to have a very short wander to the viewpoint. Finish Strava from yesterday. Put it on. Don't know why I put it on, given I'm going to do a very, very, very short walk on this leg anyway. Yeah, it's very thin cloud above. What's that metal pole there? Anything useful? It's a fishing rod rest. Put some stuff in the bin. Feels like a ring-ousel morning. Returning ring-ousel. There's a blackbird. Wren, dunnock and wood pigeon. It's a wren. Dunnock. Hello, buddy. Do like the wood pigeons. Run off to the left. Skittish blackbird. Two blue tits. It's actually quite nice this morning. Shame about the cloud, but there's barely any breeze. One jackdaw at the end, not a chough. Oh, there's a little crest-like thing. What are you? Didn't see where you went in. Oh, I didn't see where you ended up when you flew in. Typical, that little bird vanished. There's the sun, it's quite high, surprisingly high. Have the clocks been fiddled with? Not sure. Be good weather to spot the dolphins today if they reappear for the spring. Probably still a little bit early. Have a little look along here. Keep eyes open for alpine swift or red-rumped swallow, or even just a swallow or a house martin, sand martin or whatever. Common swift. I knew I was missing a species. Whoa. Hello there. I don't do this enough, do I? Actually, talk to camera when I'm out. I do it enough when I'm in the van, but not very much when I'm out here. Bird watching. That's my binoculars. There's me. What's that down there? Yeah, I can't really do this because I need my hands free. They should invent a selfie stick that you don't need to hold. I'm sure they have. Oh, there's a pheasant going down into the undercliff. Bit of a drop. Whew. Just come around into the breeze now. Thought there might be a bit of a breeze. Definitely not that cold though, it's fresh, but it's not that cold. Going to cut across in a minute. Go and check in the quarry. See if there's anything in there. Really wouldn't mind getting a wheat here. It's about time I got a wheat here for the spring. So we're above Gore Cliff, the Alpine Centre spot. You've got twigs. You carrying nesting material, buddy? Little jackdaw carrying nesting material. Try not to get lightheaded again and fall off the cliff. Jackdaw's sat there waiting for the sun to come up, I think. Saying it's chilly. Chaffinch calling. I'm already going further than I intended. It's always the flipping way. I can never stop. There's a grey partridge, oh sorry, a red-legged partridge, Chough. It's never going to be a grey partridge. Meadow pipit. Jackdaws pretending to be choughs. More jackdaws collecting nesting material. Wow, it's got really good twigs there. Wow, really cool. Hey buddy. What's that? Is that a magpie? No, it's a jackdaw. No wheat here. Not a single wheat here. Not a single sand martin or swallow. House martin. Come on, migration. Let's get going. Plenty of those things inland. Crag martin even. It's a good time of year for crag martin, I suppose. So there was one here a couple of years ago. I had one at Eastdean probably 6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer, 7. So is that a raven over there? Certainly is. Right. One of these days, when the weather's a bit nicer, I'll carry on along that way. But for now, I'm going to walk up this way, as I so often do. Makes a nice short loop. God, he's going fast. Gee. These fields will be ploughed up soon, ready for the spring crop. Wonder what the farmer's going to sow this time. When it's ploughed up, all the birds will get into here, all the gulls, and it'll become quite interesting and worth scanning through, seeing what's about. Skylark. It's a shame it's been sprayed off, but it is what it is. Modern farming. What's that there? It's like a merlin. There was a person over there. Oh. It was all going so well, no humans, and then one turns up. Damn it. Yeah, yellowhammer singing down there on that bit of blackthorn. When I get a van, I'm going to get the dog. So these walks will have a doggy in tow. Probably a Italian greyhound. Something tiny that's whippet-like, because I've grown very attached to Rusty, the whippet. So I need to get my own one called Trigger. Should liven things up a bit on this channel. Of course, who knows, I'll probably meet a lady and get married and have kids, buy a big house. It'll all change, probably. That's probably what'll happen. You never know what's just around the corner, do you? Stone chat just around the corner. Stranger things have happened, as they say. Lovely stone chat there. Nice close one. Goldfinch overhead. There's Flea, on basically the flattest part of this little car park. So that overnight I can sleep relatively flatly. It's got nice solar panels on the van down there. They both have. Why the gull's getting annoyed, I wonder. What's that? Is that a yellowhammer? It is. Nice yellowhammer. Wonder if they've got a territory just here as a male as well. Pair of yellowhammers. I can feel that sun gradually burning the haziness away. I'm hoping it does do that successfully so I can get more out of the solar panels, because I desperately need some electricity in the Bluetti. Hey Flea. Right, we're back in the car. What is the time? If I put my phone, there it is. The time is 7:22. Right, let's go to our next location. Well, we're down St Lawrence now. Gonna have a quick walkies. These lights are not working, they're just stuck on red. People are just sitting waiting for them to change. See, stuck on red. Ridiculous. This is Southern Water. They're not doing any work here, they've just left it. It's been going on for God knows how long. Let's get the number. Utterly ridiculous. Permit number. When's the permit run out? There should be a sign there saying when it runs out. Can't see anything. Clancy, Southern Water. They've been working here for God knows how long. But they're never actually here doing anything. Hey ho, right, let's go down to Bank End in St Lawrence in the Isle of Wight Undercliff. Let's have a date reminder, 23rd of March 2026, 7:42 AM. So I haven't got very long, just a quick walk. Nice black cat singing. This path is really annoying at the moment because the stream has been diverted down here, it would seem. So it's really muddy and horrible. Luckily I put on the better shoes this morning. No hoo-poos? Nope. Wonder if I should have bought the camera this time. Well, I did bring the camera down here last time I came down here, and it was worth having because there were those teal on the pond. Always like to see some teal. It's going to be quite a quick walk because I don't have very long. 7:45. I've basically got 3/4 of an hour for this walk. My lace is coming loose. Nice chiff chaff in the background. Go this way, cut across the corner here. Out of the breeze. Was at Black Gang earlier where it was very breezy, or a little bit breezy, so a little bit chilly. Down here it's way out of the breeze. Sun is beginning to burn through the haze. Maybe the haze has put a subalpine warbler down, you never know. Stranger things have happened. Well, that's happened. I've had eastern subalpine warbler along here. Just check the cameras on, of course. This is probably my favourite, well, this is my favourite birding area in the Isle of Wight Undercliff. Old Bank End, that's the farm here, Old Bank End Farm, to Old Park. Yeah, something's had a meal on here. Looks like a bit of a rabbit. Yeah, bit of a rabbit. We have precious few rabbits along here these days. One fewer now, it would seem. Right, this is going to be a quick walk, as I said. There's a wren sat on there singing away. Oh, is that a wheatear? Is that the first wheatear of the spring, finally? I think it was. Slightly odd spot just along here, but there it goes, it is a wheatear. Sat on the fence. Smart spring male wheatear. It's taken me a long time to get the first wheatear of the year. 22nd of March, no, 23rd of March. It's even worse. Very nice. Heading inland now. Might as well. Yeah, I wish I'd bought the camera now. I'd probably got quite nice. Oh, what was that perched on there? There's a bird of prey on there. That's what this wren is tacking at. Yeah, not sure what that was. That's obviously what the wheatear was having a go at. And that wren. This is Woody Bay. That's rather lovely, isn't it? Rather placid and calm. Look out for dolphins. Might get the first dolphin within the next couple of weeks, first of the summer, spring. For mallard. Yes, mallard. Quite good for grasshopper warblers at the right time along here. This clifftop scrub. So we're developing a reintroduction feasibility study for red-billed chough here on the Isle of Wight, and this is one of the candidate release areas, and it'd be good to get any views on the suitability or otherwise of this area. You can see it's quite a lot of woodland, but I'll explain the context as we walk along this way a little bit. This is Bank End Farm, which is in the Isle of Wight Undercliff, an area that used to have red-billed choughs in the 1860s, 70s. Then they were lost from the area, probably because of overhunting, persecution, egg collecting. Now what we have here, we've got this lower inner undercliff with sea cliffs below me. There's the sea, and then we've got the inner cliff face, which you can't really see. It's better further along to get a view of the inner cliff face. But we've got two cliff systems. We've got the lower sea cliffs here, and then we've got the inner cliff, which gets better as you go further west, more exposed and more obvious. But what we're thinking is this will be one of the more straightforward potential reintroduction or release locations for chough. What's that up there? It's a raven. A raven. So the landowner here is sympathetic to the idea. You can see the grass is quite long, but it's going into high level stewardship, hopefully. And that will involve more tightly grazed grassland over the winter, and then allowing it to flower over the summer, but with some very light summer grazing. So you still have the ivermectin-free, anti-parasitic, drug-free cattle grazed pasture with the dung in summer as well as over the winter. But yeah, so you've got these lower sea cliffs fronting the kind of the undercliff. This is all south facing, so nice and warm. There's the sun trying to get through. And the cliffs here, this is a big landslip system, and it's comprised chalk, so friable chalk, and also big slabs of rock hard green sand. And the large boulders of green sand have loads of cavities and caves in them, which the jackdaws nest in, and potentially the choughs as well. So jackdaws also nest on the chalk cliffs in the exposed caves and cavities, of which there are plenty, but obviously they have a shorter lifespan than the green sand, which is rock solid. So the grassland at this end, at least, of Bank End, this part of the farm is a bit too long for choughs, although the rooks and jackdaws do feed on it, especially when the sheep are on here. The sheep are over there at the moment. They'll be moved on here for lambing soon. There's a really good enclosed, or kind of a dip in the ground up ahead, which is where the release aviary could be located. Question really is, so bearing in mind the sward will become shorter, more species, it's all triple SI by the way, but the sward will, chalk grass and triple SI, the sward will become shorter over time, especially, certainly by the time choughs start to be released here. Bearing in mind the sward will be shorter, more suitable for feeding. Does the general outlook seem promising, potentially promising for red-billed chough? Also bearing in mind they used to be here, but the trees may have developed a bit more since then, so it may be a bit more wooded. It's not entirely clear. There's a lot of landscape paintings from this area, from the 1800s and 1800s, and they all show it as still relatively well timbered when there were choughs here. So there's thriving populations of rooks, jackdaws, a couple of pairs of ravens, which are a potential nest predator. What's that over there? I'm looking for bird migrants as well as I'm walking along here. Yeah, a nice song thrush in the background. Yeah, what we don't want to do is risk releasing birds in a suboptimal area, and them leaving the area, not being anchored to the release location. We want to keep them in the release location. So we need to find somewhere that's not only straightforward to use as a release site, but is also the very best it can be from a habitat quality point of view, as bullfinches calling. So we'll just come up this way onto slightly higher ground to give a slightly better view of the release area. So this coastal path, as you can see, is very underused. Now a section of it has been closed, which has curtailed the usage to a limited extent, but even in summer it's a very quiet, quite a remote piece of coastal path. There's Ventnor over there, Ventnor radar station. Directly above the undercliff here is species rich triple SI and SAC chalk grassland and some open arable farmland as well. Let's wander up this way. So very low levels of disturbance, surrounded by potentially really good foraging habitat for choughs. But the only question really in my mind about the suitability of this area is that there is quite a lot of woodland, and obviously Chough are more associated with very open windswept landscapes, cliffscapes. That's what we traditionally associate them with. Right, I'm just going to scan in the pond here, see if there's anything interesting knocking about. There's a coot. Coot, moorhen, 2 mallard, little grebe, dunnock, a couple of dunnocks, pheasant, the lambs are looking happy. So this is more tightly grazed. These kind of rocky scree areas within the chalk grassland look very suitable for foraging choughs to me. Just scanning along the edge of the pond. It's quite handy having fresh water here. Supply of fresh water for the choughs. I'm being watched by the coot, saying, "What are you doing?" So carry on along here. Let's get up onto the slightly higher area so we can get a slightly better perspective. I will add some drone footage onto this video so you can see it from above. Just look through this gap at the obscured bit of the pond. See if there's any So there's still some teal down there. Been teal here for a few days now. Checking the muddy margins for waders. There's still at least 3 teal. There have been 4, I'm sure the 4th one is down there somewhere. So yeah, because this farm is potentially going into high level stewardship, we can build into that ideal habitat management for red-billed chough. The landowner is very flexible. A few goldfinches. Blue tits and goldfinches. As you can probably see ahead, the nice chalk cliffs with the big cavities in it, which is where the old jackdaws are nesting. Can't see any of the green sand in this view. Well, on the headlands over there, Woody Head, there are some big slabs of green sand. They're the stable bits. The chalk is softer and more dynamic. Go up a little way. So we're very unlikely to meet another person walking along here. It's that quiet and that kind of remote and out of the way. Just the odd local dog walker coming up and down. So yeah, there's several options for how to consider this area. Either we risk releasing choughs here and assume that the tree cover is not going to be a problem for them, they'll like it anyway, or we say we'll release them in another area that's more difficult but maybe more suitable, and then they work out if they want to come to places like this, which they will do eventually. So really, it'd be great to hear from Chough experts what their gut feeling is. I think it can only really be a gut feeling, because they don't, as far as I know, choughs don't really nest in well wooded landscapes like this at the moment in the UK. So it's slightly obscured, but the release candidate field is just over there. There's sheep in there at the moment, but you can't really see it, but behind there is a field similar to this one in front of us, where we could bed down a release aviary. You can see there's jackdaws around the sheep. There's actually several potential release spots along here, all in the same land ownership. So yeah, hopefully I'll remember to add the drone footage on, but any views you can just about see across there, the start of the inner cliff face. It carries on, it looks a lot more wooded than it actually is, because we're low down, because of the profile where we're standing. If you get higher, you can see it's a much longer, well, it's a several kilometre length of exposed green sand, solid green sand cliff nesting habitat. That's the inner cliff, and then you've got the coastal cliff just down here, which is, to my eye, very suitable for choughs. Right, no rarities. Let us get back into birding mode and walk back to the car. 8:05. So once again, got the times just about right. Don't need to rush back. Good thing is the sun isn't too bright, so the sun is not in our eyes particularly. Let me know in the comments section if you've ever come birding on the Isle of Wight. And do subscribe to my channel and watch as many of my videos as you can. We're on to, what is it? Is it 2,000 watch hours now? Can't remember. Yeah, I'm not online, so I can't check. I think it might be 2,300 watch hours, and I need 4,000 watch hours. So the more hours you can watch my videos for, the closer I will get to monetization, which means I'll earn about 2p a day on this channel. Great tip. Must be prime subalpine warbler time now, so I ought to look a bit more intently. There's a wren. What a cracking start to the day. It's going to be a good one today. Definitely be able to get the drone up around Ventnor, I think. Hammond's subalpine warbler. So that eastern subalpine warbler I had a few years ago, I was around about here. I was looking in the pond, like I am now. Oh, two teal over there. Where are they going? They're going up to a different pond. So yeah, I was looking in the pond and I glanced back this way and there was an eastern subalpine warbler in the blackthorn here. It was flowering at the time. And I didn't have my camera. I didn't have phone signal. So I ran from here all the way back to the Botanic Gardens. Got some phone signal, phoned people, put the news out and came back. And luckily it was still here. It showed very well to various people for the day. There's two teal over there, so is that the 4? Don't want to disturb them, so I'm going to walk away. Leave them in peace. There are a couple of other ponds on this land, so I assume that that's where the other two teal that flew off, I assume that's where they went, because they just flew low and up the slope there. So yeah, that subalpine warbler was first seen in here, but then was relocated just down here. Kind of flew in as there was a group of birders with me standing there saying, "It was here a while ago, I promise." Luckily it did reappear in front of everybody. Got some nice video footage of it. I didn't, somebody else did. So I put it out as a western subalpine warbler at the time, but then it became obvious it was an eastern. Yeah, it's just hopping around in here feeding. Sadly there's not a western in here today. I need western now. It's the only subalpine warbler I've had in the undercliff. Any movement up there? There's one bird flying over there. Blue tit. It's a beautiful start, but it's not exactly heaving with migrant birds this morning. There's no philosks down here, no chiffchaffs or early willow warblers. Just send myself an email reminder or something. How's the time going? 12 minutes past 8. Let's have a quick look down the slope here. Now, is that very slippery log? I can't tell. That's fine. This is Battery Bay. Always looks good for great spotted cuckoo. Not had one in here yet, but I will do eventually. One of these days. There's going to be brown-tailed moths down here, and there's Glanville fritillary as well. both of which are a firm favourite with great spotted cuckoos, as we know from the one that was up Wheelers Bay. Really love the Glanville fritillary caterpillars. Yeah. Can't beat it, can you? What a lovely area. Some old jackdaws at their nests. Why the gulls getting annoyed? Anything interesting? Nope. What did I say the time was? Have I got time to walk through the Botanic Gardens to get back? 14 minutes past. It's cutting it a bit fine, to be honest. But if I move very fast, actually it's all going to be locked, so I won't be able to get out, I don't think. So no, let's not go that way. Let's slow down a bit and carry on, go back the way we came. What I'm going to do is leave you with a view of Battery Bay. So Battery Bay in St Lawrence, very nice, very pretty. Let's walk down this way a bit. There's the old landowner over there, Penny, walking the dogs. Might say hello to the dogs if they're friendly. I don't think I've ever actually met the dogs, but hello. Morning, you alright?
I got round to reading it. I don't think Rob and Claire have.
Yay! I'm just...
I think the only thing...
Nice chat there. So still very keen to do some nice things, so can't say too much on here because it's confidential, but that'll be good. Right, what we're going to see. That took a bit of time, so we're not don't have as much time now. I will though have a quick look up above Orchard Bay, which is this one here. That wheatear is no longer here. I wonder what that bird of prey was that it was clearly having a go at with the wren. Looked quite big, so I assume it's a big female sparrowhawk, but I don't know, they'd probably be on a nest by now. Who incubates? Is it both male and female, or is it just a female? The bigger one, not sure. Tell me in the comments section. What's that up there? Seagull, herringold I mean. I tell people off for calling these birds seagulls. So what do I go and do on my video? There's a seagull. Crazy person. Right, should check this blackthorn here. Make sure the subalpine warbler isn't here. Dream on. That's unusual, a human being. This looks very good for serin, doesn't it, these fir trees? Looks pretty good for soul bunting as well. Don't think it'll be long now before soul bunting are back down here. There's a few in Purbeck, a few in Dorset, in other words. There's a lot of cover, but you've also got these sunny edges with lots of blackthorn flowers, and I think any subalpine warbler or Sardinian warbler, anything rare like that, is going to be along these edges and potentially quite easy to pick out. It's a very quiet morning though. Looks shrikey as well. Probably get a red-backed shrike here soon. There's a lot of song thrushes. They really love. It's a breeding population, and a very healthy one. They really do love the undercliff. Blackcap singing, Dunnock. Buzzard in the distance calling. No great spotted cuckoo or subalpine warbler or anything. Yep, better get back to the car I think. Pretty quiet morning migrant bird-wise. Very quiet. 8:26. More people. Interesting, that fence. Beaver 84. Not sure what that refers to. Is that the brand's name of the fencing company? Probably. No hoopoo. No, no hoopoo. Go up the muddy path. I would have preferred to have gone through the botanic gardens, so I could avoid this muddy path, but that is not to be. Nice black cap. Song thrush as well. There we have it. Another nice walk completed. Right, a quick interlude. I really hope you're enjoying my channel, and I get quite a lot of questions. How did you end up living in a car? How do you live in a car? And what are your plans going forward? Well, I've written a book on that subject, Breaking Free, by Cornish van dweller, funnily enough. You can find a link to where to purchase that in the description below this video, and where you'll also find links to my other books, such as this one, oddly enough, which is How to Write a Book on a Smartphone. And this book was actually written on my iPhone Mini 13 using voice to text dictation. And you'll also find this book, Birdwatching around Ventnor. Link to that in the description below this video, and this one as well, Wildlife Watching around Ventnor. I've written about 10 books, all of which are linked in the description below this video. Right, let's get back to watching my videos.